Hi, wanted to do a sort of as objective a review as I could on my recently purchased and erected Noah Garden Rooms workshop. It's a Willow model, and in all honesty, I'm very disappointed in the quality of it. I mean, looks nice from the outside. It's had 3 coats of Johnston's Garden Colour paint on it, so it should be well waterproof by now, well, certainly weatherproof. Anyhow, I'll get on with the review. I've already taken loads of photos. I've sent them to Noah Garden Rooms and along with my complaint, and in all honesty, they've been reasonably supportive with this. They've sent a team out 3 separate times now, but none of the problems have been solved yet. Actually, that's not true. One of the problems has been solved now. Initially, the worst problem was the roof was leaking at one of the bearers, and you can still see the water staining just up there. Okay, but that does now appear to be sorted. The guys that came out and did that put an extra layer of felt underneath and let it hang a little bit further down, which seems to have cured that nicely. So thanks for that, guys. Unfortunately, none of the other problems have been resolved yet. There's, as you can see, the cladding leaks at various points, numerous points really. All this water staining that you can see on there is from previous leaks. Yep, that's pretty much right the way around the building. So stuff as I go around is already all my clothing here, which isn't ideal for doing this, but yeah, you can see that the water kind of pools and accumulates at the bottom of the verticals. That's quite bad there. That's by no means the worst corner though. It does seem to be worse in the corners, and I've removed the weather strips. These are the weather strips. Actually, there's only one of these weather strips comes with it. These have been added additionally. The other side, the other corner to that. That's only had 1 coat of paint on it so far, so I've run out. Okay. Right, I'll have to squeeze around here a bit. So this is the weather strip that I've removed. There's a little bead of like funny silicone stuff down there, which is, again, that was added on the first or second visit for them to try and remedy the faults here. Unfortunately, the mastic they used is not paintable, which makes things difficult for the future. Okay, right, well, this is the corner where they put the weather strip. Okay, I'm not sure, it's a bit awkward, I've got a wall in the way here. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a good 3mm gap between the cladding and this section. Every other garden building that I've ever had before, the cladding comes right the way along here and abuts to the edge of the adjoining wall. I don't know why it's done like this. It's obviously had, I don't know, 2 tubes of mastic emptied onto it in an attempt to waterproof that by the guys that came out, but that gap is all the way down to the floor. Okay, so really it's very unlikely that that's ever going to seal. What I've done on the other corner, which seems to have certainly improved if not remedied, is I've got some what they call flash banding, heated it with a heat gun and sealed it all the way around this corner and then into the grooves on the cladding. I've put some bitumen type mastic as well, just to make absolutely sure that there's nothing running along and then into this timber here, which is exposed. Okay, right, well, that's what's causing that issue, and that's how I've remedied this side of it. And as I say, that seems to be working. But if you have a look here, this is the quality of the cladding. Massive cracks through that. You can see daylight through them as well. Again, huge cracks and splits and knots. A lot of the knotting as well, right on the edge of the cladding, which makes it very difficult to seal against the weather. Again, more poor quality timber. Don't know whether you can see, yeah, that's going to let water in. That, with the weather we've been having recently, is definitely letting water in, as is that, and that. Yeah, there's a massive crack down here that leaks quite considerably, so that needs sorting out, filling. I've actually given up asking Noah Garden Rooms to come out and sort this because they don't seem to carry the correct materials to do the job properly or adequately. Okay, so I've taken it upon myself to mastic along the joins with some paintable mastic, not the stuff that they brought with them. And as I say, I've added, you can't actually see it yet, I've added a length of flash banding which wraps around the corner and covers all that exposed timber, and that seems to have like sorted it out a bit there. Okay, but if I come around here, you can see this is the one of the cracks in the timber that you can see has been letting water through. And this was the worst corner. It's absolutely soaked and saturated. Now bear in mind, this is after 3 coats of good quality, expensive, weatherproof outdoor timber paint. So, I don't know. You make your mind up. I've tried to be as objective as I can be, but being this angry about it, it is difficult. But like I say, they have been reasonably fair with me. They've been polite and they've been courteous, and they've tried to be as helpful as they could be. There's my dog. There she goes. She doesn't even like it in here. Now I'm gutted really, because I've got all my woodwork stuff in here that I was hoping to be able to use throughout the winter. I was hoping to get it all insulated. Obviously you can't do that while it's leaking like a sieve, so that all needs sorting out, and unfortunately it's just not the weather to be doing that at the moment. Okay, well, sorry Noah, it's a no from me. Ta.